It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got something today we got to check out from NF. I'm a little bit late on this. I know Michael Chandler walked out to this song, and as far as I could tell, it's an unreleased song, which to me tells me that music is on the way. Now, I haven't dove much deeper into it. I'm sure you guys have talked about it, so please let me know down below in the comments if more information is out, what's happening, what you think. I want to give a shout out on Twitter to Hope NF Community NF. They're the ones that posted this edit I'm going to check out. I think my man Crypt also checked it out. And honestly, him reacting to it was the first time that I saw that Michael Chandler had walked out to an NF song, because I was watching that event, but I skipped the walk-ins for that fight. I was doing some other stuff. I think I was live streaming actually. And then I would just pull up on my other screen and I would watch when the fight actually began. So I didn't hear it. And that was the only reason that I actually knew why. So shout out to my man Crip. Shout out to you guys on Twitter. You guys always put me on. I literally follow a lot of the stuff that you guys talk about when it comes to NF, because you seem to know all the shit, and I appreciate that. Now, the first time that I listened to NF, I can still remember it. It's crazy that it's been like 4 years, maybe even longer. I want to say it was the intro. He had on the white tee, walking down the path with the houses on the side. I think they were boarded up. And I remember sitting and listening to it and thinking like, okay, this is pretty cool. And as it went on, I'm just more and more like, yo, this dude is incredibly dope. Like, how have I never heard of him? And at the time, I don't think I realized that he didn't swear. And I don't want to say he's a Christian rapper, because I think he himself has detached himself from that title. And he's, I just rap. He just doesn't swear because something that he doesn't believe in doing in his music. So I don't want to call him that, but that was like, I didn't know that anything about him, right? So I was learning and learning as I go, and we just never looked back. And now he's one of my favorite artists, to be completely honest with you. Like, I think he is so talented. I love what he does. I know some people give him some shade because they're like, well, all the songs are like, they're sad and depressing. And I don't really think so. Like, I think they're just very reflective, and they do reflect a person that maybe has gone through some shit and deals with some mental anguish and stuff like that. But I think that it's very relatable to a lot of other people, because all of us go through some shit. So it's so easy for a lot of us to relate to stuff. And he's so good at putting it into words that it's turned into an amazing career for him. And I just don't know why people would ever like try to mark him for that. Like, oh, that's just, I don't listen to it because it makes me sad. I'm like, to me, I listen to it, and because I can reflect on my own shit and I can relate to it, it actually boosts my mood. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Anyways, I'm on a tangent for no reason. Let's dive into this. We got a snippet. Let's see what this is all about. I already like it. I forgot what that struggle like. I forgot what that hustle like. It's already fire. Hey, yo. Okay, hold on. Let me go back real quick, because I didn't even catch exactly what he said. I just noticed that he said shady, and they edited Eminem into it. But I want to talk about something else first, actually. He said, I ain't forget about nothing to keep it 100. I'm honestly bored. I want to go back to when I had no followers and I had no rewards. I like that. Or awards, he said, not rewards, but similar shit. Anyways, the reason why I like that is because I talk about this in so many different aspects of life, and I feel like it's so true, and I can give so many different examples of it. And one that comes to mind right now, because he just had the court case thing that went not in his favor, but Conor McGregor. When Conor McGregor was coming up in MMA and he was hungry for it and he didn't make it yet, he didn't have all these millions of dollars, that man fought like an animal. Like, he was willing to take on anybody, anytime. He wanted to fight as often as possible. That hunger just drove him like to incredible lengths, and he became who he is, right? But now that he's rich and everything, and he's got all this money, it's like half the time you see him partying, it look like this man out there doing coke. He drunk all the time. And I mean, he's still a badass fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's going to beat up the majority of people, but there are a lot of people that are taking it more seriously, and he doesn't fight as often. And so I feel like there's a bigger chance that he's going to lose when and if he does step back in the octagon. And I think some of that is he's lost the feeling of the hustle, of the struggle, of when no one followed him, when he didn't have everything and he was fighting tooth and nail for it. Like, it's a different mentality, right? And so I feel like that's what he's talking about in this situation right here. And like I said, you can really relate this to almost anything in life. Anybody that goes from the place where they have nothing to the place where they have everything. Usually you will see way more drive when they have nothing. Now, there are some people that then put it together when they have everything. Like someone like a KSI, for example, if anybody follows YouTube, like this man has so much money, but yet he still constantly is trying to achieve things and all this. And for him, it's like, it's legacy, legacy. I want to leave behind a legacy. He's found something to attach to that is never ending, right? And not a lot of people do that. Some people are like, hey, listen, I've now got hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm set for life. My family's set for life. My kids good. My kids are good. My kids are good. Like, everybody is good. I don't need to really do this anymore. And I'm not worried about my legacy, or I feel like my legacy is already set. So what is there for me to focus on? And so I think that that happens to a lot of people. Now, it doesn't mean that they stop being great, but they stop being as good as they were. And obviously there's other things that go into that as well. Like for Connor's example, he is getting older, and that does play into it. But I do think that the hunger is a big part of it. When you want something so bad, you tend to do things at a super high level because you have no other choice. That's your only option. That's your only potential way out. The only light at the end of the tunnel you see is I got to do that. But once you've gotten to that light and the world is open to you and you've got all the, it's like, what am I fighting for? What am I doing all this extra shit for? I don't need to do it. I still want to do it at times, and I will get in front of it and do it. Like NF's music is still fire, even though he's rich now. But for him, he knows deep down inside there was something about that struggle, the hustle that he had to put in, and that feel that it gave him that just it separated him from the version of him now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's such a relevant thing in life that I like that he put that in there. And then he said, I want to get back. Did he say I want to get back to when they were calling me shady? So I want to get back to hearing them call me wanna be shady, which I guess kind of also alludes back to the hunger, right? Like when he was coming up and he's just busting his ass and going hard. He had the white tee on, shit like that. It's like, yo, he's the wanna be shady. And he's embracing that. Instead of being like, yo, I don't like that people called me that, this, that, and like, he embraces it. Instead of being like, yo, this is a negative, trying to compare me to Eminem. He doesn't mind the comparison because M is like one of, if not the greatest rapper for a lot of people. He's in my top 3, to be completely honest with you. So it's like, it's never a disrespect, but I think that in some ways, some people take it as that because almost every white rapper nowadays gets called Eminem. Every white rapper is like, yo, they're the Eminem clone. And that's just not true. Like, I don't think NF sounds like M really at all. Like, he's got his own completely different style that he goes about, and he doesn't swear, whereas M used to cuss like a madman. You know what I mean? So they're very different, but they both had that struggle, that hustle, that want to get to that next level, that hunger. And so in that sense, they were comparable, but inevitably you're going to have people calling him stuff like that because they just see the skin color and they rap and they're like, well, they're the same. See, there's something he says when it shows shady, but there's no caption for it, and I can't quite make out what he says. Want to get back to hearing them call me the wanna be shady. Da 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 da. He says something. I don't know what it is though. See, I like how he's saying this too. So he's leading down. I want the fans who are buying the tickets and tell me they don't want to see me on tour. I want the label to drop me. Like, he's basically alluding to all the things that can happen that would put him back in that state of hunger, in that state of, I've got to fight for this again because they don't want to see me. The fans ain't trying to come out and buy my tickets. The label don't want to keep me. They want to drop me because they said I'm not doing no shit. So now it's like, I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Sometimes that proving people wrong thing is just as big of a driver as the hunger to try to make something happen for yourself, your family, the people around you. Sometimes like, people be doubting you. And when you get that doubt and that, you let that fester inside of you, that shit turns into inspiration, motivation, dedication. Like, obviously you've got to be the right person to turn it into that, because that could also just make you a very depressed person and you could just kind of fold. And there are people that do that, but there's others that take that hate and they turn it into, I'm gonna show you, bitch. Just watch. Let's go. I like this. Give me a reason. Woo! Give me a reason.
Whoa. Give me a reason. I forgot what that struggle like. I forgot what that hustle like.
See, I'm over here like, bro, listen, let me have an opportunity where I can forget what that struggle is like and the hustle, please. Just let me get by, you know what I mean? Like, give me 10 years. 10 years of just no worries about nothing. Just, please, give me something.
I forgot what that hustle like. I forgot what that hustle like.
I'm hoping this means some new music. Because that shit would go hard for me. Because I don't know if that meant new music is on its way or if that was just an unreleased song he's had for a while. And him being maybe friends with Michael Chandler allowed Michael Chandler to use it. He's like, yo, I like that song you played for me that one time. Please, let me just use it as my walkout. People go crazy over it anyway. You know what I mean? I don't know what the situation is. So if there's anything you guys know, please let me know. I'm just realizing now that the snippet was at minute 47 and this video is at like 11 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm sorry. I talk a lot. I can't help it. Especially when it comes to artists that I'm just intrigued by and I'm very interested in their lyrics and they say shit that brings about conversation. I can talk for days. That's just what I do. Anyways, for anyone that does not know or hasn't been here in a while because we haven't done an NF reaction in a while, I go live on Twitch pretty much every single day, twitch.tv/DuaneTV. I game quite a bit. We've been playing Stalker 2, Black Ops 6. We beat Wukong, Elden Ring DLC just recently, all those Silent Hill 2. But Fridays, we also do music reactions. I'm usually live every night by like 7, 8 p.m. Eastern, sometimes sooner, sometimes midday. But for the most part, I'd say on average, we're live at night pretty much every single night. I will start taking some days off here and there. And then in January, when I'm able to kind of get a whole bunch of content done throughout December and take a couple weeks off in January, I will be just chilling. So I might do some long streams like morning to night, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. or longer. We're going to do a whole bunch of shit. I'm going to try to come up with some ideas for streams outside of just gaming and stuff, whether I do a workout stream, whether we do some IRL shit, whatever it is. So if you guys are interested, that link is down below in the description. I appreciate you. We also have other channels. I have my commentary channel where I talk about stuff, and I have my anime reaction channel. Everything is linked down there. So hopefully I'll see you guys in some of the other platforms or some of the other channels, and I will catch you in the next one, homies.